Traum, ich will die Nummer 1 der Welt werden. Und wenn einer Träume umsetzen kann, dann ist das der Dream Maker. Herzlich willkommen, Dimitri van den Bergh. Wenn das gleich mit den Darts auch so klappt, dann muss er sich keine Sorgen machen. Dimitri spielt gegen sein Idol, gegen sein großes Vorbild, und deshalb ist es eine sehr besondere Partie. Für ihn ging die Karriere, die Profikarriere so richtig 2012 hier in Düsseldorf, hier auf dieser Bühne los. Inzwischen hat er ein Major-Finale erreicht, er hat Pro-Tour-Turniere gewonnen, er hat 9 Darter gespielt, er hat die Premier League gespielt. Er ist die aktuelle Nummer 13 der Welt. Aufgepasst, hier kommt ein Hurricane. Herzlich willkommen, Kim Huybrechts.
Flying across the country and getting fat. Say everything is groovy when your tires are flat and it's my whole silver lining. And away you go now, baby. But I will make a fuss, though it's obvious. Flies are in your
A comparatively mundane walk-on by Kim Huybrechts' hi-ho silver lining compared to the flamboyant and the far from shy Dimitri van den Bergh, absolutely oozing confidence as he just dominated the stage here in the second match of the evening session on day 2 of the European Darts Open. An all-Belgian affair to get things, or to continue proceedings here on the big stage after that demolition job by Gerwyn Price on Simon Whitlock to open things up. This is a match that stood out for all of us when we looked at the draw and the makeup of the schedule for today, the all-Belgian affair. Kim Huybrechts, a 2-time European Tour champion and a man who reached the final on this stage 12 months ago against the young pretender, his protege, Dimitri van den Bergh. Paul Nicholson alongside me for this one. Should be good stuff.
Should be good stuff indeed, and I'm with you. I think Kim's walk-on was a bit mundane. I mean, we've had it all today, haven't we? We had Devon Peterson, you know, in synchronicity with the dancing girls, and Ian White's come back with his eyebrows. But Kim, you're going to have to up your game.
Yep.
Come on.
The bar has been set high. They're all concerned, and we even had the mystery James Richardson object in the pocket, which we haven't yet determined, or have we? Have you been working on that?
I've been working on that like Poirot. I still haven't got any answers whatsoever. It's a mystery, folks. It's a mystery.
Also a mystery as well is who will win this.
Dimitri to throw first.
Could easily make a case for either. Huybrechts, of course, number 5 seed, the greater pedigree, but van den Bergh, very, very capable of pulling something off here. Almost did when they met in Gibraltar last year, by the way. 6-5 the score that day in the second round. And here they are once again in the second round of the European Darts Open here in Dusseldorf. So, as far as that recent encounter is concerned, whether you can read too much into that or not, I don't know. But the fact is that van den Bergh has taken on Huybrechts on this sort of stage before and has gone close, and that, I'm sure that will give him a lot of confidence.
I think that'll help as well. I mean, they've probably played each other a million times, and you know, practice rooms and pro tours, things like that. But it's elevated a little bit by being on a big stage. When people are watching in the crowd and at home, there's just that added bit of pressure. Not to mention there's a little bit more prize money on offer tonight. And Dimitri, typically what happens with him is he has a good first round match in the last 48 of
38.
these kinds of tournaments, and
Yeah.
he does fall at the next hurdle a lot. So he'll be looking to progress, get into the Sunday. I've always said this about the European Tour. Get into Sunday,
58.
anything can happen.
Yeah. Especially when, you know, tiredness, fatigue, heat can perhaps take its toll on some players. Because it is a long
140.
day, 4 matches you have to play if you want to take home the trophy and the first prize of 25 grand. But yeah, you're right about Van den Bergh, by the way. 2 first-round exits at the start of the year in
Dimitri
Ben Rai and in
130.
Munich, and okay, made the second round in Austria as well. But this is a hurdle for him, just to take it to that next level into the
94.
Sunday, as you say.
It's a very interesting way to go for 130. 2 treble 19s and double 8s. Not seen that in a while. But one thing to say is that if Dimitri gets through,
134. Dimitri
he could well have a lot more
36.
dancing to do. So he does look like he's in decent shape. Darts comes first though for Dimitri. Double 9 has posed problems for certain people today, but not for Dimitri.
Dimitri Van den Bergh.
Perfect start for him.
Throw first.
He did mention that Dimitri's idol is Kim Huybrechts, and you know Kim's been playing on this stage for 5 years now.
140.
Yeah, started at the European Championships that were held here back in 2011, and you know Kim's someone to look up to. He's really brought Belgian darts to the forefront. You know they've had so many great players over the years.
96.
Go back to the great Eric Claris, and I say that he wasn't just great as a dart player, but he was a spotter's nightmare. When you see someone going for 96 for
100.
Shanghai 16s, you've got people like Keith Deller, Richard Ashdown, Jacques Nublat, Eric Bristow, thinking,
83.
I can't believe I'm spotting this guy today. He doesn't play anymore because of injury, which is a bit of a shame, but Belgian dart is in great hands.
Yeah. And he was the trailblazer, or one of the trailblazers, you could say as well.
With his brother Ronnie as well.
Mm.
And then there was there were many others. I mean, there were other ones coming through as well. It just goes to show, we spoke yesterday about
164.
taking darts in certain countries to different levels, and you have to have people in that country doing really well. Well, he shouldn't have to go for the bullseye. And he doesn't.
132.
Yeah, just sets it up. No need to be flamboyant and be too aggressive there with Van den Bergh stranded on 226 and not really making any great inroads here either.
56. Dimitri requires 32.
So double 16. Yeah,
Shots
that's
in the
lovely.
second leg. Kim Huybrechts.
Didn't even take his eye off it when he hit it.
Third leg, Dimitri to throw first.
No aggression.
Game on.
I think that might be a sign of respect, but the further you get into this match, I secretly think if Kim is on his heels, he'll want to step on his throat.
133.
It's almost like you don't want to let the student beat the teacher. I remember a game that I played when I was getting into it. And my mentor was an old fellow back in England called Kenny Norman, and I was sitting on a double on a Friday night, and he had 128. And on 128,
60.
you go for treble 18. Well, it's a single 18, treble 20, bullseye. But he taught me a lesson that night. He went treble 20, and double 4.
59.
And I thought, okay, I will never ever forget that shot. But we have seen it with other people, teachers and students. Adrian Lewis,
58.
Phil Taylor, Gary Anderson, Michael Smith. Got to beat them eventually.
140.
I'll tell you what, these two guys on stage, they're not looking at each other. They're just getting on with this game.
Yeah, there's a real focus about
95.
Dimitri in particular. I mean, Kim Huybrechts, you can read him like a book anyway, at the best of times. But
Oh,
yeah,
he's an absolute billboard.
100. Dimitri requires
He's just
155.
gives nothing away at all. You just know where he's just totally focused on the job here once again, and he's eyeing a break of throw here as well.
98. It requires 62.
Treble 10.
And we hit treble 6 instead.
That's
So,
okay.
44 remaining. Double 16 then.
You
And
shot in
double
the
16
third
is
leg.
the route to glory
Kim
once more.
Huybrechts.
Was there a
Fourth leg, Kim
sneaky
to
peek
throw first.
of an earplug
Game on.
in Mr. Huybrechts' ear? Maybe my sight is deteriorating, but I thought I saw an earplug in his right ear.
That would be
100.
assuming just to combat the noise, or
Yeah, possibly.
maybe he's got an ear infection or something. Who knows?
96.
I remember when Kim played at the European Championships here. I didn't know a great deal about him. I knew he'd done pretty well in an Austrian event to qualify for that European Championships. But
58.
I knew of his name. I knew he was Belgian. That was pretty much it. But after that weekend, I knew a lot about him.
Yeah, that's where he perhaps really announced himself on the scene.
96.
He's certainly done plenty of that in the meantime as well. Like I say, two-time European Tour champion, took the honours at the Dutch Masters 3 years ago, beat Brendan Dolan in that final. And then he won the
60.
final event of last year as well, the European Grand Prix in Sindelfingen, beating Peter Wright in what was a classic final. Almost won this title last year. Fell at the final hurdle,
123.
6-2 to Robert Thornton.
I remember when Kim won in the Dutch Masters. That was a magnificent performance. All day on the Sunday.
190.
I was backstage just watching his performances, and they were absolutely sensational. What's Dimitri going to do now? He's got 120, so 66 left.
Yeah, he's in danger here of losing sight of Huybrechts because
150.
there's just been
Give me a
a step up in
103.
tempo from Kimmy over the last, couple of legs.
But he's already hit double 16 twice. Will it be thrice?
Ooh, it
Oh,
was
he
almost
shifted that
57.
wire.
Dimitri, you require
Oh, what a lovely
36.
setup from Dimitri to bring it back to 2-all.
Yep. He's put himself in a really good position here to break back straight away. He's not getting any closer,
shot
but
and
the
a full
third
flag.
dart is telling.
Dimitri Vandenberg.
And that's a good play by Vandenberg. Could easily have buckled there,
Fifth leg,
but
Dimitri
just
to
kept
throw
plugging away.
first.
Got himself into a really good position.
Game
Set
on.
it up just in case Huybrechts slipped up. Julie did so. And Vandenberg back in the hunt at 2 apiece.
I think it's a pretty good quality match. Very respectful from both players. And Dimitri's holding his own.
140.
He's got his own way of going for certain shots, and I like that as well. It must be a very Belgian thing to do. But it's effective. Stick to what you think makes you strong. What's interesting about Kim's action as well is that
87.
earlier in the year he tried the almost Michael van Gerwen-esque just one movement of back and forward and not stopping. With the assistance of his manager Mac Elkin and other people basically giving him some advice,
134.
he's decided to go back to the throw of bringing it back and prodding the dart forward before throwing it. He feels he's more dangerous doing it that way than the way they tried before.
There is the earpiece that we were talking about. Kim just took his time there. I'm not quite sure whether that was prompted by something in the crowd. Yeah, there's a bit of movement just over the shoulder, and he's slightly distracted. George Noble's having a good look at it. Not quite sure what that was all about. Anyway,
58.
just knocked Kim off his stride that slightly, whatever it was.
Yeah, he's been looking over his right shoulder a little bit. I think maybe somebody's
I
going
think
in
it's
there.
somebody's hat. Somebody's wearing a flashing hat with flashing lights, and I think maybe it's just out of the corner of his eye. You can see it there, the young boy with the glasses. Out of the corner of his eye, it might be a distraction.
85.
Well, it's definitely flickering off the glass
Yeah,
on the
he's-
table. Maybe it's hitting the board in some way.
Yeah, a reflection off something. Anyway, he's still wearing it.
82.
Yeah, you don't want to
Dimitri
disappoint a kid wearing a
142.
flashing hat.
But since that little interruption, he's having a look there as well. 58 and 82 his last two visits, so he's just lost something here, Kim Huybrechts.
And what Dimitri's got to do is he's got to
39.
recognise this and say, you know what, he's distracted, but I'm not. I've got to get on with this, and I've got a chance in this leg to go 3-2 up.
134. Dimitri, you require 103.
84, 36. He's already hit this. He's going to come back for double
85.
nine, which he's
You
also
require
hit in this match.
140.
Yep. Unless Kim takes this out, which he won't now. 1-2-2 remaining, 97 remaining, so he'll just look to set this up as best he
100.
can. And he does by
If you
taking out
require
treble 19
18.
to leave him tops, but will he get an opportunity? Well, that is down to this man, Vandenberg. Double 9 he wants for a 3-2 lead, having trailed 2-1. That's further away.
9.
Yeah, that's
Give me a
overcompensated. He's
require
come
40.
inside.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not a good effort.
Double 10.
Short in the fifth leg, Kim Huybrechts.
And even though he was distracted by the flashing hat, he's
Sixth leg,
actually
Kim to
got
throw
the number
first.
in that leg and he's 3-2 up.
Game on.
Big chance for Vandenberg to get ahead, but unfortunately couldn't take it.
Yeah, 3 successive breaks of throw now in this match.
140.
2 for Kimmy, and he leads 3-2. Vandenberg's average at the moment 88.4, nowhere near good enough
57.
at this particular level, with Kim on an average of 96. Vandenberg had the highest average of the evening session last night, 93.5 against De Graaf, which he won 6-2.
96.
There's been some better averages today and some really good performances.
140.
The two that stick out for me, aside from the demolition job that Gerwin Price has just inflicted on Simon Whitlock, the performance of Daryl Gurney impressed me.
85.
I think his fighting qualities to get back in that match from a 2-leg deficit was very, very good. But Mensah Suljovic,
60.
Emphatic
stuff. And he didn't even look like he was trying. And maybe that's the key for Mensah. Needs to be a bit more gentle.
132.
That was very interesting. I think they're playing a little bit of mathematic tennis here.
180. Kim Huybrechts,
60
48.
points, he went for treble 12.
Double 16, double 8 then instead. Not
40.
today,
The
and
major
Vandenberg
requires
has a chance.
64.
That was Vandenberg's first 180 of the weekend, by the way. Didn't hit one last night. That was his first of this match.
Well, this would be pretty good to put on top of that 180. Wow.
Short in the sixth leg.
5 perfect
Dimitri
darts.
Vandenberg.
Emphatic stuff
Seventh
from the
leg,
younger of the
Dimitri
two
to
Belgians
throw
on the
first.
stage.
Game on.
We said this was going to be a good game. It's not a brilliant game, but it's very enthralling in its own unique way.
4th successive break of throw,
99.
and as you say, 5 perfect darts to finish off there. The 180 backed up by a 2-dart finale. That's just found its way in as well, and there's another one.
190.
Well, we talk about big scorers in the game, you know, echo the likes of the Chizzies, the Andersons, the Van Gerwens. Kim is a heavy scorer, but he does it
42.
in a different way because he's got short points on his darts. And if you look, the barrel actually goes very close.
Yeah. To good effect here as well. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, the 9-dart green could be on here.
It just goes to show the force he's got in that arm. And Vandenberg looks like he wants to hit one as well.
This is astonishing.
Can you go
Absolutely brilliant. All the
141?
best Kim Huybrechts for a 9-dart finish. Not today. God, we big it up every time. And the wait goes on. We talked about it
105.
earlier. We've passed the 3-year mark since we last saw one on the European Tour. That's the first time this weekend. We've had 6 perfect darts, by the way, as well. So
That's the best so
35.
far. Yeah,
Can you
best so
require
far. So
36.
have been hard to come back. Back to the here and now, though. Double 9 to take a 4-3 lead.
28.
I think he did the right thing there.
145.
Moving away.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect thing to do based on where Dimitri is at the moment. Because he's definitely going to come back. It was an outside chance for Dimitri,
46.
who had 5 perfect darts in the last leg. Kim's had 6 in this one, but that's the only one who wanted to go ahead.
Kim Huybrechts.
Well,
8th leg, Kim to
Another break of throw.
first.
another break of
Game
throw.
on.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in succession now. I think the bull-off before the match is proving to be pretty irrelevant at the moment because nobody's holding throw anyway. But Kim Huybrechts is rattling in the 180s.
Well, I did
That's
say
his
that
4th of the night.
as the match gone on, he's probably going to get more aggressive. Well, that's 3 180s in the last leg and a bit.
60.
And you can just see he's just getting that little bit more aggressive. There used to be a prize on the Pro Tour
84.
for 9 darters. It would usually roll on £200 to £400, I think, every day. And there were a lot of 9 darters because you get a bonus. I remember one weekend that
100.
on a Saturday in Coventry, Mervyn King hit a 9 darter and had a bonus of over £4,000. Rim van Barneveld hit one the next day and got 400 quid.
There's a 180 on the
120.
floor. That was definitely in the red stuff and it bounced out. Nevertheless, he's looking good here for a rare hold of throw. And
59.
it
Give me
would be a
a
timely one as well.
17.
Well, this is the vital part of the match, the middle part. In a tight game where it's 3-all, you can sprint here. All of a sudden, you can be 5-3 up and one leg away from victory. And that's good match play.
Yeah. Well, if Dimitri can post a biggie here, which he might well do. He's just gone the wrong side.
123. Kim requires 65.
And he's down on 159 as well. So Kim Huybrechts has lots of time here, lots of opportunities. No need to panic. Double 16 again. Double 16 is taken out once more by Kim Huybrechts.
Dimitri to throw first.
There hasn't been a lot between these two guys in the 8 legs, but over the last 2, I just find that Kim has been a little bit more consistent.
80.
I think Dimitri's played well.
Yeah.
He's not 100.
Yeah, he's not done a lot wrong, to be honest. But we do have a 2-leg cushion for the first time in the match. Kim Huybrechts leading 5-3. And if he can find another break, it's job done. Plenty of room in the middle there. Look at that. Absolutely perfect from Kim Huybrechts. It's his 5th of the match. The tally is up to 7 overall.
Well, I was going to say that if
76.
anyone's going to win this tournament from this match, they're going to have to raise their game from the start. But my God, has Kim raised his game.
Yeah,
140.
Van den Bergh can't live with this at the moment. 180 and a 140. And he's finishing well also.
Like you say, he's made the final here before, so he obviously likes this stage. Must be a special place for him because of where his PDC career started on TV. It was here. And sometimes you need that extra
39.
bit of nostalgia just to push you forward. And ultimately, Kim Huybrechts always plays better from this part of the season to December. If you dissected his results, it's usually between July and December he plays all of his best stuff.
Yeah, made the quarters of the Grand Slam as well in November last year as well, so there might be something in that.
He won the Dutch Masters in October.
Sindelfingen was mid-October as well.
So there you go, folks. If you want to bet, October for Kim Huybrechts. Oh, great effort from Dimitri, though. But he might not come back.
Well, he's got an outside chance. That's just a single 18. Bull. Not 61. So Van den Bergh will be back.
Required 25.
It should be pretty conventional. 9 for double 8 to stay in the match. 2 fours at the other side of the board. 21. And Huybrechts can kill this off. 25. The same shot. 9 for double 8. Will he miss or will he get it?
This is how you do it. That's exactly what Van den Bergh needed to do. He couldn't, and Kim Huybrechts showed the way. And a lovely embrace between the two Belgian players to signal the end of what has been a really good encounter in the second match of the evening session on day 2 in Dusseldorf at the European Open. Kim Huybrechts threw a topsy-turvy match featuring 5 breaks of throw, but then the crucial hold to secure a 5-3 advantage, and from that moment on, he never really looked back. 180s abound there as well, 7 overall, but it's Kim Huybrechts who goes through to face Wes Newton in the 3rd round tomorrow. Chizzy and Jan Dekker on the way next.
Und damit steht Kim Huybrechts natürlich ebenfalls im Achtelfinale. Also Applaus für den Dreammaker Dimitri van den Bergh. Kim, congratulations. There was a special match against Dimitri. You know each other so well.
I think it's the most difficult game after running, I think. He's one of my best friends. I introduced him into the PDC. I introduced him to my manager. I believe in him. I think he's a future world champion.
You are his idol?
Yeah, okay, but that doesn't matter. I think he's a future world champion. Okay. So it's very hard to play a future world champion. It's difficult. I believe in myself, but I believe in him as well, so I know I'm playing a good game, so it's difficult.
My feeling was, at the end, you get more and more aggressive. That's normally your way playing darts.
Yeah, I know. Dimitri with his dancing, he's a crowd's favorite. Everybody loves Dimitri. For me, it's difficult. I'm a normal guy. I come on stage, play my game, play aggressive. Some people don't like it. He's everyone's favorite, so for me it's very hard. I've been here for 6 years, I think. He's just joined it, and he's a favorite for the crowd. So for me it's a bit hard, but I'm happy with the win.
Back in Düsseldorf. That's the place where everything started, actually. 2012, I think, the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I know, yeah. European Championships, quarterfinals. It's been a while, and every year I do good. Last year I played a final here. So let's see and hope I do the same.
Okay, see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Kim Huybrechts, the Hurricane. Er sagt, es war ein verdammt schwieriges Match. Es gibt nur eine schwierigere Partie und das ist die gegen den Bruder Ronny. Ronny Huybrechts, der ja auch auf der Tour unterwegs ist. Dimitri, so erklärt es Kim, ist ein guter Freund von ihm. Das ist